All right, guys, we're going to have a two-part video today. First part is just the homework answers from Thursday night's homework. So I want you to get in the habit of when they're talking about these scaled things and actual things, make a little table for yourself. We call this a T chart. Can you tell why? Because it looks like a T, right? On the left, I'm going to put scale, and on the right, I'm going to put actual. Doesn't really matter which one you put on which side. Actual, spell that right. All right, it says the image of a book shown on a website is 1.5 inches wide and 3 inches tall. So that would be the small image, right? 1.5 inches and 3 inches. Sometimes we use those two little marks for inches. The book is actually 9 inches wide. So the important part here is that wide has to go with wide. So the 1.5 has to go, sorry, the 9 has to go with the 1.5. So that's the width, all right? What I want to know is first of all, what scale is being used for the image? And we use those numbers that we know. Our scale might say something like 1.5 inches equals 9 inches, or 1.5 inches represents 9 inches. We could change that. We could say 15 inches represents 90 inches. We could say, let's see, we could say, if I divide by 5, I could say 3 inches represents 18 inches. I could say 1 inch represents 6 inches. All those are different ways of saying the same scale, but when we're asked to state the scale, it's looking for something like that. So something represents something. And then the question is, how tall is the actual book? Well, let's see. I'm looking at my table here, and I can see a bunch of different things here. I could figure out what I multiply 1.5 by to get to 9. 1.5 times 1.5 times 6 is 9. So my scale here is going times 6. Well, if I'm doing that for the 1.5 to the 9, I would have to do the same thing to go here. I also could have looked at that scale kind of sideways. From 1.5 to 3, I'm multiplying by 2, so the same way to go from the 9 to that new value. Okay, so we're going to get in the habit of drawing this chart, this T chart. It's a really useful one. And I'm going to use that on the next question about the Colombian flag too. I'm going to erase this one. So this question about the Colombia is a rectangle that is 6 feet long with 3 horizontal stripes. The top stripes, okay, so here's what we know. It's 6 feet long that way. The top stripe, the yellow stripe, is 2 feet. The middle stripe is 1 foot. And the bottom stripe is also 1 foot. So that little dash means foot. 2 dashes means inches. All right, so it says create a scale drawing with a scale of 1 centimeter to 2 feet. So our scale is 1 centimeter to 2 feet. Or maybe I could write the units up at the top. 1 centimeter to 2 feet. So here's what I know. I know in the actual flag, the length is 6 feet. And then the yellow stripe is 2 feet. The blue stripe is 1 foot. And the red stripe is 1 foot. So as I'm scaling this from feet to centimeters, I'm going backwards. Let's see. To go from 2 to 1, I'm dividing by 2. So for my scale drawing, I should have 6 divided by 2. That should be 3 centimeters. From 2, I'm going to scale that down, dividing by 2. I get 1 centimeter. And 1 scaling it down, I get half a centimeter, right? And same thing for the blue stripe. So the question says, create a scale drawing with a scale of 2 centimeters to 1. That is 3 centimeters long. And that is, let's see, 3 centimeters that way, 1 centimeter this way for the yellow stripe, a half centimeter, and a half centimeter. And because it's a rectangle, we get the same things on the other sides. So you should use your ruler. I didn't draw that very well, but use your ruler, measure that out, and we should see your cute little Colombian flag. Okay, and then our next question, we skipped question 3, we went to question 4. Here is an unlabeled rectangle, followed by the quadrilaterals that are labeled. Select all the quadrilaterals that are scaled copy. Well, let's see, before I do anything else, I'm going to write the dimensions of this unlabeled one. It's 2 in that direction and 4 in that direction. And just scanning through with my eyes, I can tell A and F are not scaled copies because they're kind of slanted, right? They're not the same, really even the same shape. So let's see, for B, this side is 3, and the top side is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 units long. To go from 2 to 4, I multiply by 2. Not the same thing here, so B is not a scaled copy. D is 1 by 2. Let's see, those two sides I can multiply by 2, so yes, that would be a scaled copy. For C, I have 3 here and 6 here. Yeah, that's a scaled copy. So I'll circle D is a scaled copy, C is a scaled copy. E is a scale copy. It's also 2 by 4. The scale factor from here to here would be 1. H is 4 by 8. Yeah, that's a scaled copy. And G is 2 by 6. 2 times 2 is not 6, so not a scaled copy. And then it says on graph paper, draw a different version. So you could maybe do one that was, let's see, we already did 4 by 8. Maybe 6 by 12 would give you a scaled copy. Okay, so it's that scale idea of having the same ratios, same proportions. Okay, so that's your answer key. Now we're going to watch the next video for Friday's lesson.